What's going on, guys? As you can see right here, I got a little bit screwed up in boxing today. No worries at all. Battle scars are earned. So today I'm going over why most people they're scared to get hit in the face. They're scared to take risk, and they worry too much about what other people think and let their other people's judgment define their lives and how they actually live, and ultimately where their destiny ends up. Because the thing is, no one really cares about what you do, how you live, because 90, not 90%, maybe 70 to 60% of your life you're going to be spending alone. So you shouldn't let 30% or 20% of your life dictate your entire life. Because the thing is, if you let that happen, if you just let other people define who you are as a person, and you let these small judgments from other people define who you are, what you do, where you live, every little detail of your life, and you let other people define it and control it for you, then you've already died. You've already decided that you're not going to live your life how you want to live it. You're living for others, and you're letting other people live. You're settling for other people's standards and other people's ways of living and their limits, which is the worst part. Because the thing is, when you're asking people for advice on, should I get started on this business? Should I go to this foreign country? Should I go do this, that, whatever ambitions that you have, and you listen and worry about what other people think, and you go out for advice and you ask them, should I go start this business? Should I go take that risk? Should I take action on this, that, whatever it may be? They're going to most likely be like, no, it's too risky. Just stay in the 9 to 5. No, it's a scam. Probably just stay working that corporate job in the factory. They're telling you just what they believe is only possible. Like don't settle for other people's limits, because your limits are undefined. You set your own limits. But when you listen to other people's standards, their limits, and what they believe, then guess what? That translates over into your life, and you start believing what they believe, and then ultimately you're just living the exact same life as them. And if you look at it like how reality is, how the world is, that's how 90% of people live. They just live like everyone else, and that's just like that meme you guys see probably all the time on Instagram. All those sheep walking in the same direction. That's exactly you if you're listening and doing what everyone else is doing. But if you want to reach that 5%, that 1% of people in the world who they're following the path, they're following the sheep, the normal way of living, and they're like, you know what? I can probably change. I can go down a different path, an unknown path that no one wants to go down because it's hard, it's risky, it might not work out, and it's a very lonely path. And the people who do take it, like myself and all my friends out here in Bangkok, the people who take risk and start living life on their own terms and don't let other people define their lives, they're able to actually create the dream lives that they want for themselves, and don't just settle for the mediocre, complacent life that 90% of people settle for. And once you can actually figure that out for yourself, that most people live a pretty mediocre life because they've sold themselves to the fact that nothing is really possible. The only route to make money, to actually make a living for themselves, is the 9 to 5 corporate job, factory, whatever it may be. They just think that's the only way. And the only way to branch out of that and to find new ways to actually make a living, travel the world, make money online, all these other different online businesses and businesses in person, you have to go down your own route. You have to say no. You have to keep most things to yourself, because everyone else won't understand what you're actually saying. Because if you start telling everyone your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, the reality is most people don't believe in them. Most people will give you negative energy. They'll give you doubts. They'll give you every single reason why that dream, goal, ambition isn't possible in the first place, and why you should just not take any risk at all. Because those people who don't take any risk at all, they're literally guaranteed to stay in that same position in life for their entire life. And most people, they think it's okay. They think it's safe. They think it's just a better route to take, the more guaranteed path that everyone's taking, so it must be the right path. But the truth is, when those people are 60, 70 years old, they're not retired because they're still going to be working. When they're working hard, looking themselves in the mirror, they're going to be like, man, I missed out on so much adventure. I missed out on so many things that could have happened if I had taken the risk. I could have seen what life was truly about. I could have traveled, met a whole bunch of new people, actually did what I wanted to do. But no, they're now living in regret. They're now living in the fact that, oh shit, well, I've been working 70 years and I still have to work because inflation has still gone up, wages have still stayed the same, and I still am working the same job just because it's safe and it's guaranteed to bring me income. But turns out, even though it's guaranteed, which it's not, we've seen that through COVID-19, everyone got let go, but they think it's guaranteed income. They think it'll last forever. Most people get laid off in a few years, especially with like AI coming in. Tons and tons of people will be replaced with robots and machines and stuff like that, and algorithms, softwares. So you need to start taking risks. You need to start taking actions and start creating your dream life where you can't be replaced by AI. And especially so you don't have to waste the next 50 to 60 years of your life doing a job and working a job you hate just because you have to, just because you're scared to take the risk and scared to take action and scared of what other people think. You're going to settle for the mediocre life that the people you're worried about are going to be living anyways. So of course, that's exactly what happened to me back in college. Everyone was going to college, everyone was doing drugs, everyone was drinking. So I was like, you know what? That's me as well. So I'll start drinking, smoking, partying, doing all that stuff. But when I dropped out, worked the 2 9-to-5s, a contracting job, and started down the path of entrepreneurship, working in remote sales and everything like that, that's when I started losing a lot of friends. And turns out they weren't even friends in the first place. They were judging me. They were saying, Ryan, you're never going to make it out in Bangkok, Thailand. Ryan, you're scamming people. Ryan, you're doing this, you're doing that. But the thing is, they're still smoking weed in college. They're still working a 9-to-5. They're still doing something that's pretty much a scam in itself. Because the scam is they're telling you the safe route, the 9-to-5 route, you're gonna retire when you're 40. It's not the case. You're going to be happy. You're going to do what you want to do. It's not the case. You have to go to a certain place at a certain time, listen to a boss you don't even look up to. And it's just a very slippery slope. You're going to be depressed, drinking, partying, watching sports, doing anything to escape your life because your life absolutely sucks. And the only way to create the life that you dream of and that you don't need to escape from, that you don't need to take a vacation twice a year, you don't need to watch sports, you don't need to smoke, drink, do any of that, because your life is absolutely amazing. And all it takes to get there is finding out what you want. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the people that are trying to translate their limits onto you. Cut those out and find what limits you can break for yourself and find out how far you can take yourself to your dream, to your goals, and whatever ambitions you have, find out how far you can take it, because no one's going to stop you besides yourself. And the only way people are going to stop you is if you accept and agree with what they tell you. Don't agree. Find your own way. Go down the unknown path. It might be uncomfortable, might be risky, but better to risk it all than to have no chance at all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. A little bit punch drunk. I'm recovering with this coconut water right here. So yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys 24 hours from now.